Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. It's been an exciting week as we've got more PlayStation VR 2 updates, Quest cloud gaming services, new meta announcements and fantastic games and of course much more. Also, this hoodie came today, so thank you to Virtual Boys for having me on your podcast. I'll link it down below in case you guys want to check it out. We discussed the future of VR and I had such a good laugh doing it. And as always, we have a lot to go over, so let's get started. So let's kick this off with news around the PlayStation VR 2 headset, because many of us, including myself, I'm so excited for this drop, a new generation VR tech with the amazing IPs that Sony drops. The games are fantastic. The official PlayStation webpage is now live for the PSVR 2, and on it they have a statement saying, "Escape into worlds that feel truly real as VR gaming takes a huge generational leap forward." It also has some nice close-ups of the new controllers that look like a rough matte plastic. It also goes over the specs that we would have seen on the presentation that happened a few weeks back, and they're pretty amazing. So a quick overview of that: 110 degrees FOV, 120 FPS, HDR, and 2000 by 2000 dual OLED, that's really important, OLED displays, with standard Fresnel lenses, which I'm interested to see how the glare and the God rays are tackled on this headset because they can be prone to that. It also has eye tracking and headset feedback. I know some of you are going to be upset because there's a cable, but I think it's going to be okay. I recently played with a cable, and it's not as bad as our anticipation of playing with a cable is. As long as the gear is fantastic and the games are good, it's going to be a great experience. And there's also a sign up, so you can be notified of when pre-orders are going to be available. So it looks like this year there could be a reveal. I did say early 2022 is my prediction of when we were going to see a PSVR 2. That's what I thought, and it seems to be aligning with that. What do you guys think? And perhaps it's time to be putting some money aside, because when this drops, it's obviously not going to be cheap. A report was also released showing that there's a huge market now of potential buyers, as 17.3 million PlayStation 5 units have been sold, and I know people are still trying to buy the PS5 like crazy because supply had recently been really tight. The Quest is also in many homes right now, and it's a great gateway, but PlayStation VR will give people a PCVR experience, and you can't beat that. It's also an amazing week as Plutosphere has just hit SideQuest. It was operating under a private invite-only system, so you could not get access to sideload the app for cloud streaming. For those that don't know about Plutosphere though, this is a cloud streaming service for your Oculus Quest. You pay a fee and you get cloud compute services, on which you can install SteamVR, Epic Games and Oculus and stream PCVR content to your Quest wirelessly anywhere in the world with an internet connection. They've recently implemented a better model in my opinion, where you pay for what you use. It frees up resources rather quickly and it's easily scalable. I feel like this is much better. So what you do is you buy Pluto tokens, and these act like a payphone, where a token gives you more time to play. Of course, good internet is paramount on this, as the slightest delay is noticeable in VR. And I did cover this a while ago during its infancy, and the performance even then was fantastic. And especially since this service is actually hosted on AWS, which have servers all over the world, they're never too far away. They do recommend a 50 megabits per second download speed with a Wi-Fi 6 router, which I don't think is actually required because the Quest does not support Wi-Fi 6E, which supports the better reduced latency. So a 5 GHz supported router will work just as well here. But this new model has a catch, so when you're finished with the computer after 30 minutes, if you have not renewed your session, it will wipe the computer. So you'll need to download the games you want to play again once you dive in. But I wouldn't worry too much. The internet speed on these machines are literally, they are insane. I downloaded Half-Life Alyx in like 10 minutes. It's so fast. I also feel this is the way that VR is going to go. We clearly enjoy a wireless experience, and having a localized powerful PC to play VR is just not something that's going to be viable for every single person on the planet. So a cloud service streaming to a wireless headset, it's going to be the future of VR for usability. I believe that. I truly believe that. Also, let me know if you want me to create a video on how to set this up, because there are a few nuances to it and it can be kind of complex, and I'm happy to help out. So please let me know. This story caught me off guard. So BMF, one of my friends, shared a post asking, what is this? It seemed to be an arcade hall called Questys coming from Meta. And as we are Oculus ambassadors, we didn't know anything about this. and we're usually in the loop about this sort of thing, so it piqued our interest as to why they wanted to keep this so hush. So it turns out there's actually going to be a Quest Super Bowl commercial this year showing off the power of virtual reality, and they had Horizon World creators make this arcade hall in Horizon Worlds where users can hang out and enjoy a variety of games and socialize with some of their friends. And what I love about this is I really hope, because it looks like a perfect fit, that this becomes a Five Nights at Freddy's DLC. Wouldn't that be brilliant? So if you watch the Super Bowl, keep an eye out for the Quest advert. Since we are on the topic of Horizon Worlds, I did mention this a few weeks back, that Meta, they had plans to do this, but they've come out and they've said it straight up now that Horizon, as a platform with worlds, venues and workrooms, is going to be available on mobile and flat screen platforms, as the metaverse can't only exist in VR, it just does not work that way. So as early as this year, they plan to bring the experience to our phones, and I'm not sure how it's going to work though. Is it going to be a first-person experience, a third-person experience? How are they going to interact with the world through their phones? Because in VR it's incredibly immersive and you have tons of interactions available, so I am really interested to see how that's implemented. And there's also a story that kind of involves this, which is kind of interesting. So you may have heard that there was some drama recently of an old video and some other similar events. I don't want to say it because YouTube might slap me on the wrist, but Meta are tackling this. This is being tackled and a solution implemented inside the Horizon worlds and venues, where players are given by default now a boundary where people cannot come into your personal space. So this kind of behavior that people have been complaining about recently is no longer going to be possible, at least to the extent that it has been. This is going to be a default setting, as I just said, so you will have to disable it if you want to get up close to people, to give people a high five or give them a respectpa.
Respectpa?
Yeah. Respectpa.
A nice little reference there for those that have seen it. Okay, can I get a little whoop for VR? As over $1 billion worth of content has been purchased on the Quest store, with 8 titles passing at least 20 million in earnings, with around 120 apps making over $1 million. Even that is impressive, as we've seen some apps doing really well that have been made by a single developer in their spare time. So great for you guys. I think this is a crazy amount of money. Not quite where the rest of the world is in the gaming space, but for Quest alone, at this stage in its infancy and its adoption, what an amazing achievement, and I hope this continues to grow. Although Meta have said that they made a loss of around 10 billion in this space, so they're not quite breaking even yet. Zenith is also getting another update incoming with another third class called Cyber Ninja, so you can enjoy starting again on that class and upgrading your tank DPS and supporting roles once again. But the Cyber Ninja will have a ranged bow that can have a charge shot, which means we get that bow and arrow mechanic, which I just adore in VR. You can fly through the air, drop in, fire a charging bow, and that will be such a great feeling. This class is also going to have an ability, like we have the dash and the teleport with the other classes, but this time a hook shot, so you can grapple and pull yourself closer to an enemy or pull yourself further away to try and evade attack. I might have to dive in and give Zenith another go, because this start of play is something that I moaned about it lacking in my video. So I'm really excited to see this, and I'm going to give it another go, because the game has the ingredients to be absolutely fantastic. It's a great stepping stone, and this is something I felt like it needed, so I can't wait to try that. So way back yonder, when the Quest first released, we got a title called Virtual Reality. That title was out before the Quest was even a thing on lower-end VR hardware, but it was an amazing game, gripping narrative, very funny, trippy moments as you can imagine, because it's virtual reality. It's got some Inception magic. Tenderclaw, the developers, are now releasing a sequel on the Quest, which will be built for the hardware, so it's not going to be an old port. We're going to have better visuals, better mechanics, new interesting content. But it is going to cost $30 this time, which is more than previous, but they have boasted 10 hours of funny story for us to enjoy. And I don't want to give anything away because I've not played the game or anything. This studio developed the Under Presents, which was just a chef's kiss. And this is the style of game that we've not really had for a long time on the Quest on this platform, so I'm really excited for it to drop this single-player campaign experience with a really interesting, gripping story. Very excited. And finally, I want to end this on a huge congratulations to Between Realities, a podcast run by Alex and Skeever, and they are some of the most dedicated virtual reality enthusiasts I've had the pleasure to know. A great bunch of guys with unrivaled love for this platform. They have just become the first Upload VR correspondents Because as virtual reality grows, Upload have more work on their hands. So bringing in help is going to allow them to stay updated, to keep us updated, bringing us new fresh takes on issues and updates. And this is an amazing welcome, a great addition. I'm so happy for them, so excited for them. I'm proud of you guys. Well done. Massive well done. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest in virtual reality. Please consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you next time, because I've got some great content coming and exclusive insights into new content for after the fall, which you are going to love. Have a great week, happy gaming, good day!